Hi, I have a stammer. Although nearly all of us would agree that stammering needs to be much better understood at work, few of us do anything about it, preferring to take low-profile roles where our stammering can be hidden almost. Usually we do this because we fear that if we admit we stammer, then our employer will think less of us. If this applies to you, I understand how you feel and how difficult it can be to change those feelings. But it is some years now since the root cause of stammering was found to be neurological, and this proved at last that it isn't some kind of character flaw, and it's not our fault. It's similar in many ways to dyslexia, which is now much more widely understood. So we have nothing to be ashamed of and should never feel like apologising. But if we don't talk about it, no one will understand the effect it can have on our lives, nothing will change, and employers will probably not realise that we are just as capable as the next person. Probably it's best to start by talking to your HR person, because although many employers are now taking issues of equality, diversity and inclusion very seriously, most HR people know little about stammering and would welcome an opportunity to learn more. So how should we go about talking to your employer? Well, I often say to people, there is no need to sort of bleed all over the place. Maybe say something like, stammering can be a complete pain in the arse. And although I've done some speech therapy, there is no actual cure. I do my very best to get on with my work and my life, although this has meant that I have needed to be quite resilient in the face of prejudice, ignorance and teasing. So here are 9 good reasons why it might make sense for you to talk to your employer about stammering. 1. Being open about anything reduces the stress involved in hiding whatever it is. In the case of stammering, the reduction in stress usually helps us to speak more fluently. Ask any speech therapist or Maguire student. 2. Being open allows others to see our struggle. Through seeing it, they will understand it more easily. If we stammer openly, we will inevitably increase awareness and understanding of stammering, something which most of us say we desperately want. 3. Being open demonstrates a strength of character, a valued quality at work. It shows an employer that you are not actually afraid to talk about awkward things and that you are engaged with your condition rather than pretending that everything is just fine. 4. Being open increases the opportunities for a conversation aimed at dispelling the widely held misconceptions about stammering and addressing any practical issues. It should reduce the stress levels not only for you but also for your employer, and therefore improve the quality of your rapport with them. 5. Being open will usually allow us to feel that we can talk more freely, communicate more effectively, express our opinions more obviously, and show our skills more frequently. For many of us, we can kind of begin to be ourselves again. 6. Being open will usually encourage our workmates, colleagues and managers to feel that by simply giving us a little more time and space, we can contribute as fully and constructively as any fluent speaker. That's one. 7. Being open about stammering, putting it on the table, makes it more difficult for employers to talk behind our backs. It reduces the opportunity for a manager to say, for example, well, he's got a stammer, it's a bit embarrassing, I feel awkward about it, I can't talk to him, I don't feel he's quite right for our team. 8. Being open is rarely a one-sided process. It can introduce a new and healthy dynamic into conversations at work. If an employer hears openness and probably senses a certain vulnerability, he or she will usually reciprocate by sharing a little of his own vulnerability. 9. Being open, even if your stammer is no longer a serious barrier to your own job satisfaction, will be helpful for other colleagues who stammer. If every workplace had a kind of stammering champion, a person who was prepared to stand up and speak out, then every other stammering employee would begin to feel that it's okay to stammer and their true talents would be unlocked. So those are my 9 suggested reasons why you should talk to your employer about stammering. We need to put stammering on the table. We need to put the understanding of stammering on a par with the understanding of other conditions. To do that, we need your help. We need to help each other. So good luck, and if you want to talk about it, I'd be delighted to hear from you.